Hi, I'm Mohit Prasad. My top Twitter handle is MPTC. I'm based out of Bangalore, India. Congrats to all the participants and do well. All the best. Thanks.
Hi, and welcome to TCO 2020. Great job getting here, and I want to be one of the first to thank you and welcome you. My name is William Morgenstern. My handle is the First Mo, and I'm in Denver, Colorado. And again, I just want to say great job this year, of all years, both for yourself and for the impact that you've really had across people and customers around the world. I look forward to seeing you in action throughout TCO and in the years to come.
Hi, my name is Shan and I'm from India, Bangalore. My handle is Shan Javed. This year is very different. It's virtual, but your spirit is solid as always. Wish you all the best for TCO 2020. Thank you.
Hey, how's everyone doing? We are back with the UI Design Finals 2. Now, we're running a little bit late, so I'm going to get right into it. We have Adam, Trevor, Lynn, and Vicky. They'll be your hosts for this one. Let's send it over to them right now.
Hey, thank you, Nick. We are live. Everyone, great. We're excited to be back. Happy to have our judges with us. So we have Trevor and Lynn and myself, who are the judges. So, Trevor, if you want to introduce yourself real fast, and Lynn.
Yeah. So many of you know me in the community. I'm Trevor, Tgerring by the handle. So I'm currently working on the marketing side of Top Coder. So all the new brand stuff, new website, new look and feel. So that kind of came out of our team. And I'm reprising my old role of design judging for TCO. So happy to be here.
Hey, I'm Lynn Dugan. I've primarily been around with the design community, helping shape the design review board, consulting and supporting challenges in the design space. And so many of you have seen my name and spoken with me about those things. So yeah, happy to be here doing the competition judging today.
And Pereviki was with us yesterday. Pereviki, would you like to introduce yourself again?
Oh, hey guys, I'm Vicky. Yeah, I'm a designer at Top Coder since 2 years. I'm also a co-pilot and an MVP. And this year, I'm just watching these guys doing their magic.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for being on today. So we are in day 2 of the UI Design Championship. And yesterday we had three problems, 3 rounds of 30-minute design sessions. And today we have 2 rounds of 60-minute design sessions. And we've already had one session a few minutes ago, and the designers are currently working in session 2. Okay. This year we went with a bracket style tournament. So if anyone is familiar here in the U.S. With the NCAA basketball tournament, the idea that you have teams, or you have teams, and that's in this case competing against each other. In our bracket style tournament, we have designers facing off 1v1 head to head, designer versus designer. For all the glory. And so what we have here in the bracket is our upper and lower bracket. This is a double elimination design tournament. So what that means is that each designer has, essentially, you can lose once. If you lose a second time, then you are eliminated. And so if you look at the bracket here, you'll see day 1 on the left side and day 2 here in the middle. So at the end of day 1, we had 3 designers that sadly were eliminated from the tournament, and that was LOI, Arif K, and Iqbal. So they did an amazing job, but they did end up losing twice by the end of day 1. And now we are in day 2, and we are now into what we're calling our round 5, or problem number 5. So this is what's happened today. We had I Am Tong, our number 1 seed, competing against our number 5 seed, I Am Infinite. We had our number 6 seed competing against our number 10 seed, Rajesh. We had our number 2 seed, tototpc, competing against Ravijun, and our number 4 seed, Yoki, competing against Karm. And you'll see that I Am Tong continued, so he will be competing tomorrow. You'll see that Rajesh, our number 10 seed, has been blazing a trail through the bracket, and he is also done for the day and competing tomorrow. And you'll see that our number 2 seed, tototpc, he stumbled yesterday and he lost once, and he's in the lower bracket, but he did win today, and he's competing right now, and we'll check out what he's doing here in a minute. And Yoki also stumbled yesterday. He lost once, but he's still hanging in there, and he defeated Karm earlier today, and he's competing right now against Stark. So some amazing matchups. I'd like to go over to our judges and kind of ask them right this minute, kind of like, what do you guys think of the bracket? So whoever wants to grab that first.
Yeah, I mean, Adam and I have kind of been talking about this bracket style, more live engaging style challenge and TCO for seems like forever now. But yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, I think it's super engaging. It adds this whole new layer of the competition. I think the designers like it, maybe from what we've heard, but I think it's exciting for them too. It's, you know, a little bit more of just head-to-head competition versus, you know, I have to beat this whole, you know, group of designers. So yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, so I've been just hearing inklings about the bracket goals and, you know, dream, and it's working out great, I think. It's even from a judging standpoint, it's so nice to really focus on, you know, a limited amount of design solutions at once and just, you know, head to head, you know, compare and contrast and see how people are understanding the problems differently. It's great.
Vicky, what do you think of the brackets?
I wouldn't be sure about the notion that designers like that initially. You know, we were completely shocked last year on TCO, and since you are not familiar with it, it's harder. But as time goes on and we get more experience in these bracket style challenges, I kind of tend to enjoy it more. So it gives another nature to the whole thing.
You were the bracket winner of your regional, so you did
Yes.
pretty well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was lucky.
What I like about the bracket is just this idea of 1v1, and a designer just has to defeat the designer they're competing against in that moment, right? In that challenge, right? So it's just there's a little bit of like, who are you competing against? Do you have a sense of who they are and their style and what they're good at, and like how do you go ahead and solve the problem, right? So I'm going to jump into kind of talking about our brackets and the matchups. So we have currently right now, we have I Am Infinite against tototpc. And so, you know, a great matchup here between the two of them. I Am Infinite, as you can see his stats there, has been very strong here over the last couple of years, very much winning and doing a lot of great things in our general customer challenges, and has an amazing design skill. And tototpc has not been competing as much over the last couple of years, but he is a long-time Top Critter member, and of course he was our number 2 seed here in the tournament. So Trevor, any thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup. You know, I Am Infinite just came off a very close, loss from I Am Tong. So I think he's pretty fired up to, kind of keep going. So I'm actually really looking forward to this one in particular.
Yep. Lynn, what do you think about, any thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, to be honest, like all the matchups, I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see results.
Okay, so we are going to go jump in and take a look at tototpc, and we'll see what he's working on. So the problem here, our problem number 5 in round 5, is all modern cars, essentially any car since 1996, has an ODB C2 port in it, and so what we're looking to do is iPhone native application that allows you to access the information. So essentially you'd plug in a Bluetooth device into that port, and that information would then come over to your phone. And essentially, what is that car diagnostic information, dashboard experience that you would receive from that information? And then, of course, tying that into some other modern things that we expect now. How does that also, like you're getting low on gas, the app actually tells you there's a gas station around the corner, or like, there's certain things going on with your engine. Here's recommendations for fixing it and things like that. So it looks like tototpc is cruising along here.
Yeah, definitely a flurry of activity and ideas starting to come out. So yeah, I say it every time, but I'm shocked at how fast these designers work and can just take a problem and have an idea and just kind of run with it. So it's pretty amazing to see.
And so decisive. Like when watching them work, it's just, there's not 35 explorations. Like they already know what they're looking to see on the screen. It's very impressive.
So checking out I Am Infinite's video feed right now.
Seems pretty calm.
Yeah, very calm.
They all look calm.
So, and going to his screen, let's see. Looks like
Nice.
He's cruising along right now. Has that dashboard and putting in the statuses.
Yeah, definitely has a cool kind of dark UI style. Yeah, I mean, definitely off to a good start already, it seems.
Yeah. See, he has the copy pasted his notes from the challenge spec, so we can see that in his view.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah, we were talking about this in the last round of just some of the like efficiencies these designers have figured out. So copying the spec into the their design program, so they don't have to switch tabs and waste time kind of looking through things. It's all right there. So kind of a veteran TCO move right there.
Yep. One of the things that we were talking about is also that, so everyone out there watching, we're allowing the designers to use their current kind of design systems, their current kind of any kind of workflow they currently have, because the challenges are 30 minutes and 60 minutes, right? So the goal here is really about the problem, and as us as judges, is have they solved that problem? Have they tackled the problem, or did they ignore the problem? And it isn't necessarily about just having a pretty interface, but it's about, okay, did they read it, understand it, tackle the problem, and what are the different ideas and concepts they're bringing back to us? So I'm okay. We're okay with like some reuse, because if it feels generic and it feels like a template, then it's a generic template, right? So it's right. Really the skill here of like any of the designers being able to convey their vision or their solve for the problem, and that's what we're focused on. And part of that is also some of the designers, they do have these materials ready, and it's almost like there's a question of like making sure that in this small amount of time that you stay focused, that you may have a reference, but do you have too much stuff? You have to weigh like your time to getting things done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We kind of saw that in some of the others. It's, I have all these things created, but is it adding efficiency? Is it not? If I have to kind of go and redo things so it aligns with the challenge. So yeah, there's definitely some like nuanced strategy going on in some of these designers, which is pretty cool.
And it's interesting to see what people focus on. The last challenge today or this morning was kind of wide open in some respects. There were a lot of ideas presented that, clearly nobody could handle them all. So it's interesting to see where people focus their the functionality of what they were thinking.
So our other matchup, we have Yoki versus Rajesh. And Yoki, longtime veteran, he has been a TCO finalist, has been at TCO since 2000. I just forgot what that was. I want to say he's been since 2012. And Rajesh, this is his very first one. So bummer that his very first TCO has to be virtual. But hopefully he's doing a great job so far throughout the tournament. So hopefully he'll also qualify next year if we can have it in person. But as you can see from his profile, Yoki has 247 total challenge placements in challenges, 105 first places, 94 seconds, 28 thirds, and Rajesh has 45 challenges that he's placed in, 16 firsts, 11 seconds, and 15 thirds. So any thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I think this will be pretty good. I mean, Yoki is obviously a well-known veteran, but Rajesh has just been on a, design storm the whole competition. Hasn't lost. He's just been cruising through. So yeah, it'll be pretty interesting.
Yes, that's okay.
Yeah. I just realized that Rajesh actually just won. So it's actually Yoki versus Stark. So I think we're going to correct that. But so Rajesh isn't competing right now. He's done for the day.
He's earned his the rest of the day.
Enough about Rajesh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am definitely so here's a question for Lynn and Trevor. So when you're judging these and realizing that the designers have only had 30 or 60 minutes, how does that kind of weigh into your opinion of the designs and your approach?
A lot. I'm usually very attracted to immediately, just small details in like interface design and elements on the screen and visual things and the problem and usability as well. But, here you're like, okay, well, knowing in 30 minutes, they can't get everything perfected if they have a lot of ideas to get on there. So you kind of realize, okay, well, they're going to get there. So let's talk about more of, solving the concept behind what we're asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely becomes more about, solving the problem versus, making it look pixel perfect and, spot on UI. It's very interesting, to judge it that way because we're so used to, immediately responding to like, whoa, this looks really good. Now let's dive into and make sure they're, accounting for all the features we asked and, everything makes sense. And it's almost the opposite here. It's like the UI and perfection almost comes second.
Looks like we're going to go check out how Yoki's doing. Looks like he's cruising along there. So real quick, I mentioned the stats on Yoki and Stark. So this is Yoki's, including this year, is his 9th TCO. And this is Stark's second TCO. So Stark made it to Houston last year, and then he's obviously qualified for this year. But Yoki is definitely a veteran who says he's going to be at TCO each year. So he quickly qualified in stage 1. But what do we see him doing right now? Looks like he's putting his dashboard together.
Yeah, it looks like he's carrying over some UI elements from the last round, which is actually pretty smart. You have kind of a structure established and, you can kind of just build upon it versus starting fresh. So yeah, definitely a unique approach.
And out of 4, he's the third who's using Sketch. Now I'm trying to check who's using what. And it seems like Surya is the only one who's using XD in this 4 members.
So now checking out Stark. Looks like he's getting into some car details here. Picked the BMW.
Good choice.
Looks like he's going down the path of solving the gas station aspect, or that comment in the challenge.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed at how fast everyone.
Yeah, I love watching these guys. And I feel like every time I watch them work, I pick up like little subtle tips for how to design myself. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, just this morning there were a couple things. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. I'm like, wow,
Right?
that's a cool shortcut.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're coming down to our 5-minute warning. So the designers have about 5 minutes left to wrap up everything they're doing and get this uploaded. So this is crazy because yesterday everyone had 30 minutes. Now they have an extra 30 minutes. So it's also interesting how everyone leveraged a little more time.
Mhm.
Right.
Not a lot more time, just a little more time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's much more about the refinement versus more, which is, I mean, ultimately what we kind of want to see. More screens doesn't necessarily mean a better solution in all cases. Yeah. So it's good to see them kind of still focus on the problem, but just really use the extra time to refine it and make sure they're, kind of thinking through all those details.
Well, what did I just see that? Looks like on Yoki, he just he has something. He's able to check the pixels.
Yeah, like a color picker. It looked like.
Yeah. Looks like he's selected an icon library he likes for this, huh? So
nice.
So for tomorrow, we're gonna have our problem number 6, and we will have I Am Tong versus Rajesh. Yeah. And then we will have the 2 winners out of what we're looking at right now competing. So we'll have essentially our final 4 for our very first problem tomorrow. And then what's going to happen, because this is double elimination, the winner of the lower bracket will then compete against the loser of the I Am Tong Rajesh competition. So we'll have a challenge with just 2 people, and then we'll have our championship. So we essentially have 3 challenges tomorrow planned.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to the I Am Tong Rajesh competition. Rajesh, this is his first TCO, and he's just been flying through stuff. And, now he's meeting I Am Tong, our number 1, qualifier head to head in the last day. So yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure. Yeah. Got I don't know how many hours left in the day to prepare, right?
Right. So. Yeah. Probably not a lot of sleep going on.
So as everyone is wrapping up here and getting their submissions in, I'd love to go over to talk about our fun design challenge that we just ran. And Vicky, if you could kind of give us a background on what it is and what happened, and I think we can go through some of the designs.
Absolutely, Adam. So this year we decided to run some fun challenges during the competition, so you guys don't get bored. The first fun challenge was called Shape It, because can we get the next slide? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm facing some difficulties here. So actually, it's about these shapes. We gave them random shapes and let them create anything that is either TCO or just topcoder related. By the rules, they had to use 2 of these shapes, but many members used more than that. Some of them, all of them, or all the 5 shapes. And let's see what submissions we got. Just a second. Okay, so firstly, Adam, me, and Maestro. You will see that it's very interesting that there is one shape that many people identified as Adam from different angles. It's really interesting. Oh, I wish I had some artistic, features if I could draw like this. And then the next one.
I was trying to think, is that second person supposed to be Trevor, not me?
I go back. Probably, yeah. I was thinking about the same.
Yeah.
Which level you had both the hair and the beard?
Yeah, maybe it's an old photo of Adam.
Okay, so let's jump to the next one. Here we have Jablo and you, Adam. This one warms my heart. It's really good.
Yeah.
I like this this style of the drawings and the eyes. How about you guys?
Fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
And the next one, again, I guess it's from the same designer. RTC admins Adam and Jesse. Awesome. I really like the eyes. Adam, do you see yourself? Do you recognize it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's jump to the next one. Okay, this is a little bit different. We have 2 TCO champions being happy for their winnings. Awesome. I again love the eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, and the little shapes, the legs, arms, awesome. Oh, I wish I could draw. Okay, the next one. Okay, we got a poster with a nice motivational quote for TCO. And yeah, you can actually find all the 5 shapes in that. Very clever and colorful. And then let's see the next one. We have some mascots. It's unbelievable how you guys can, come up with these things. I particularly love the huge mouth there.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Which one is your favorite, guys?
I like the O.
The O, right? With the
Yeah.
huge mouth. It's
Yeah.
shouting. Why only 30 minutes? I have to design.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah. Okay, the next one. We got a nice tribal pattern from the shapes we got. I think that this one also has all the shapes. Yes. Amazing. Nice, colorful. Maybe we could go to some remote tribal area for the next TCO. Okay, the next one, I guess it's from the same designer. And it reminds me of last year's TCO party at Funplex, although it's not with skateboards. I mean, this is with skateboards, not with skates. This is really cool, right?
Nice. Yeah, I like it.
Very dynamic and everything. Okay, let's jump to the next one. This is supposed to be an infographic of our processes. Like on the right, you can see the TCO lifecycle. As one member would find a contest and then would win them and then revise the I don't know who is it. Reminds if the revision goes for the DRB or for the person itself, how a member would learn from his mistakes or even wins. And then we have what is exactly? Yeah, we in the middle we only have illustrated one challenge that you read the specs and then you work on the problem. And I think on the left we can see the one-on-one challenge in the finals. This is great as well. I like it. Okay, and the last one is when Adam fights COVID. I, I really like Adam on this one. It's amazing. I think it wasn't really clear for the designer if they can turn the shapes or they can do anything with the shapes, or they have to keep it like they are. Because if you could like turn some of these, that would be really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was the last one. And from all these 3 submissions, our judges will select the winners a little later and announce them. So I would like to say thank you for all the great submissions in this challenge.
Those were great.
Those are awesome. Thank you, everyone.
And today we also have one. I guess it's too late to jump into it, but it was also very interesting because they had to design for one of the problems from the last round. So we are excited to see what other designers can come up with.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it looks like we had, 36 submissions in 3 hours. So that was awesome. Thanks, everyone, for jumping in on that. Okay. Well, I think we are going to get ready for our post-match interviews. So thank you, everyone, for being on. And we will be back here in a couple minutes. Thank you.